You don't have to pretend tonight. Really, you don't. I don't know how many nights I've spent lying awake, just staring at the ceiling, wondering how long I can keep pretending. Pretending like everything is fine. Pretending like I'm strong. Pretending like I don't feel broken inside. It's exhausting. The kind of exhaustion that seeps deep into your bones. And no matter how much rest you get, it never quite goes away. Sometimes I wonder why we feel the need to pretend at all. Why do we put on these masks every day? Smile when we want to cry? Say we're okay when we're far from it? Maybe it's because the world expects it. Maybe it's because we don't want to burden anyone else. Or maybe because admitting the truth feels like admitting defeat. But here's the thing, pretending doesn't make the pain disappear. It just hides it beneath layers of forced laughter and hollow words. And that kind of hiding, it's lonely. It's like screaming underwater, knowing no one can hear you. I'm tired of that, tired of feeling alone in a crowd, tired of waking up and putting on a face that doesn't belong to me. I want to be real. I want to be honest, even if the truth is hard to say out loud. Because maybe, just maybe, there's freedom in admitting you're not okay. Maybe there's strength in vulnerability. And maybe somewhere in that truth, you'll find people who understand. I want to stop pretending. I want to stop hiding behind words and smiles. I want to be seen, not as someone who has it all together, but as someone who is trying, someone who is struggling, someone who is human. It's okay not to be okay. You don't have to carry everything alone. You don't have to act like you're fine when you're falling apart. Tonight, if you're feeling tired of pretending too, know that you're not alone. It's okay to rest. It's okay to breathe. It's okay to just be. And when the world feels too heavy, when the weight of everything is too much to bear, remember this. You don't have to pretend anymore. You are enough, just as you are. I've learned that sometimes the hardest battles are the ones no one sees, the ones that happen quietly inside your mind, where you fight your own thoughts, your own fears, your own doubts. Every day I put on this mask, a smile that doesn't quite reach my eyes, a laugh that feels hollow, words that don't tell the whole story. Because how do you explain that inside there's a storm raging, that some days it feels like you're barely holding on, and yet the world keeps moving? People keep asking, "How are you?" And you answer, "I'm fine." Because that's easier than explaining the chaos inside. But what if we stop pretending? What if we let ourselves be seen fully and honestly? There's a strange kind of courage in that, to say, "I'm not okay." To admit that sometimes life hurts more than words can say. It doesn't make you weak, it makes you human. Because everyone is fighting their own silent battles. Everyone has nights they lie awake, wondering if they're enough. And the truth is, you are enough. Right now, in this moment, with all your scars and cracks and imperfections, you are enough. You don't have to fix yourself for anyone. You don't have to hide your pain to make others comfortable. You deserve space to feel, to heal, to simply be. Maybe tonight, as you listen to these words, you can give yourself permission. Permission to stop pretending. Permission to rest. Permission to breathe. Because pretending might keep the world from asking questions, but it doesn't keep the ache away. It's okay to say you're tired. It's okay to say you're struggling. It's okay to say you need help. And you know what? You're not alone. There's a quiet strength in vulnerability, a connection in shared experience. Even in the darkest nights, there are others who understand, who've been there, who feel it too. So if you're tired tonight, tired of pretending, tired of carrying it all alone, know this. It's okay to lean on someone. It's okay to ask for a hand to hold or just a listening ear. Because sometimes that's what we need most. To feel heard, to feel seen, to know that we don't have to do this by ourselves. And maybe, just maybe, that small truth can be the light that guides you through the night. You don't have to pretend anymore. You don't have to hide behind smiles or words. You can just be imperfect, tired, human, and still enough. Some days, I find myself moving through the world like a ghost. Not really present, just going through the motions, smiling when I should, nodding at the right moments, laughing when it's expected. But inside, there's this silence, a heavy kind of emptiness, like I'm watching my life happen from somewhere far away. No one notices. Because I've gotten so good at pretending, so good at hiding the cracks, at acting like everything's normal, but it's not. Some mornings, getting out of bed feels like climbing a mountain. Some nights, I lie there wide awake, thinking about all the things I didn't say, all the things I wish I could feel. I keep telling myself it's just a phase, that things will get better, that I just have to hold on a little longer. But I've been holding on for so long. My fingers are tired. My heart is tired. I'm tired. Not the kind of tired that sleep can fix, but the kind that settles into your soul, the kind that makes you wonder if you'll ever feel whole again. And yet, I keep pretending, because that's what people expect. That's what the world expects. Smile, be grateful, don't complain, don't be too much. Don't be too sad. So I shrink myself. I shrink my feelings, my pain, my needs. I make myself smaller and smaller until I barely recognize who I am anymore. And I wonder, when did being honest become so scary? Why is it so hard to say, I'm struggling? Why do we live in a world that rewards perfection but punishes honesty? We all wear masks. But some of us have forgotten what it feels like to take them off. I want to remember. I want to feel real again. I want to be able to say, I'm not okay, and not feel ashamed of it, because I'm learning slowly that being real is more powerful than being perfect. That feeling deeply is not weakness. It's part of being alive. And even in the hardest moments when the darkness feels endless, there's still a small part of me that believes in light, that believes maybe I can find my way back. Maybe not all at once, but piece by piece, moment by moment. Maybe healing is not loud or fast. Maybe it's slow and quiet, like learning how to breathe again. And maybe tonight, that's enough. There's a certain kind of loneliness that comes from not being able to say how you really feel. It's not about being surrounded or isolated. You can be in a room full of people and still feel invisible because no one really sees you, not the real you, not the one who's quietly breaking, and you've learned not to show it, not to speak up, not to cry too loud. You keep it all inside, carry it with a smile, and hope no one looks too closely. Because if they did, if they really saw what's underneath, would they still stay? That fear lingers, doesn't it? The fear that if you're too sad, too messy, too complicated, people will leave. So you protect them from the truth. You laugh at your own pain, you make light of your sadness, and they call you strong, they admire your resilience, but they don't know what it costs you, how heavy that praise feels when it's built on silence. You want to scream, I'm not strong, I'm just trying, I'm just surviving. And even that feels like too much some days. But here's what I've come to believe. You don't have to earn rest. You don't have to prove your pain for it to be valid. You can stop right now. You can be gentle with yourself even when the world isn't. You don't need permission to feel. You don't need a reason to cry. You are allowed to fall apart sometimes. You are allowed to be the one who needs comfort. Because being human is not a performance. You don't have to hold everything together just so others won't worry. And if someone leaves because you were honest about your pain, they were never really there for you to begin with. The right people, the ones who see you, will not run from your sadness. They will sit with you in the silence. They will hold space for your tears. They will love you, not despite your heaviness, but because they understand it too. So tonight, maybe let go just a little. Maybe you don't have to carry it all at once. Maybe you can just let your shoulders relax. Take one deep breath and remember, you're not alone. Even if no one's told you this lately, you're doing better than you think. And I'm proud of you. Yes, you. For getting through the day. For showing up even when it hurts. For being here right now, still breathing, still listening, still holding on. That matters. You matter. Somewhere along the way, I started believing that if I showed any cracks, I'd fall apart completely. So I held everything in. Every tear, every scream, every shaky breath. I bottled them up, hid them behind, I'm fine and it's nothing and don't worry about me. I told myself I was protecting others, but really I was just afraid of not being enough. Afraid that my sadness made me difficult to love, that my quiet pain made me too much to handle, that if I truly opened up even for a moment, I'd be met with silence. But here's what I wish someone told me sooner. Being real doesn't make you unlovable. Feeling deeply doesn't make you broken. And needing support doesn't make you a burden, it makes you human. We all have our invisible weights, things we carry that others can't see. And sometimes just saying them out loud makes them a little lighter. So if tonight is one of those nights where your chest feels tight, your eyes feel heavy, and your heart feels hollow, I hope you know this. You don't have to hold it all alone. You're allowed to reach out. You're allowed to rest. You're allowed to not be okay. There is strength in surrendering to softness. There is courage in allowing yourself to feel, because feeling pain means you're still alive, still here, still fighting. And maybe you don't need to fix everything tonight. Maybe it's okay to simply survive, to get through one more hour, one more breath, one more heartbeat. You've made it through your worst days so far, and somehow you're still standing. That means something. That means everything. Even when you don't feel strong, you are. Even when you don't feel worthy, you are. Even when your mind tells you otherwise, your presence here matters. Not because of what you do or how well you pretend, but simply because you exist. That's enough. You are enough, and nothing you feel makes you less deserving of love or peace or rest. So, if you're tired of pretending, don't. Not tonight. Tonight, let the mask fall. Let your heart speak. Let the quiet truth rise to the surface. You don't have to be anyone else. You don't have to impress, perform, or prove. You've done enough. You are enough. So if no one has said it lately, I'm proud of you for getting through today, even if it was messy, even if all you did was breathe. That's enough. You don't have to keep pretending. Not here, not with me, not tonight. You are allowed to take off the weight, to rest, to feel safe just for a moment. And maybe, just maybe, as you lie in the dark with nothing left to prove, you can finally exhale. Let your shoulders drop. Let the silence wrap around you like a blanket. Let this be a place where you are held, not judged. You're not weak for being tired. You're not wrong for feeling lost. You're not broken just because you need a break. You are worthy of love, even on your worst days. Especially on your worst days. So close your eyes. Let the noise fade. Let the world wait. Tonight, this time is yours. And if you ever need to hear this again, I'll be right here, waiting in the quiet. With another story, another night, another breath of honesty for when the pretending becomes too much again. You're not alone. You never were. And if this helped you even just a little, you're welcome to come back anytime. There's always space here for hearts like yours. Take care of yourself. Sleep gently. And when you're ready, I'll meet you in the next story.